Welcome to F.O.S.T. I'm your host, Aaron Flowers. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Shocking that F.O.S.T. is on a weekday. Um, I wanted to do it on today because I wanted to give my perspective. This is F.O.S.T. My perspective. All right. There's a lot that happened or transpired in the NFL, and it's more so, drama. It's always some drama, and sometimes what happens is the media people, you know, boost the drama up more than what it needs to be or make something out of nothing. So, hey, it's all good in the neighborhood, but we understand that some people love drama. You know, football is just not enough without having the drama that comes along with football. It just makes me sick about the drama, but it's a part of life, I guess. I don't know if it is or isn't, or if you want to put it that way, but if, I don't like drama. I'd rather see a good football game, a good football team, and call it a day. That's just my perspective. But since we do have drama, I'm going to sit up here and talk about it. I guess it cause more drama. Before I go into it, I want to let y'all know FOST is fans only sports talk. Fans only sports talk. And so it's fans getting together, talking about the sport that they like, and the things that we see. We are not beat writers, illustrators, professional players. We are just fans giving our perspective on the game. Plain and simple. Just don't want people to think that we're um, special media people, you know, that does this for a living. Hey, we looking for funding to actually do it for a living. But until that time comes, this is fans only sports talk. We are on usually on Saturdays at 6 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You can hit us up on those three social medias. Facebook is OST, fans only sports talk on Facebook. And you can hit us on YouTube, FOST, fans only sports talk. You can look us up there. You'll see a lot of content where we have created. And we just did Twitter, so you'll see some content on Twitter also. Fans Only Sports Talk has been around for, I want to say, about 3 to 4 years now. It's been really good to actually, yeah, it's real good to really actually do something consistently and have fun doing it. Fans Only Sports Talk. I've been doing it and I've been loving it. We've been having certain guests, and these are fans. These are not players. These are actual fans that come on and give us their opinion. We also do picks and things of that nature. Last year, our reigning two-time champion is Charles Becker. He just had the picks going. This year, he's struggling a little bit, and I thought that I probably would be the champion. But we have a new uh, co-host on our Fans Only Sports Talk, who is Erica Wright. She is winning. Actually, she's doing very well, and she leads us all this year. Now, as you can see, the background, you see the Philadelphia logo, right? Philadelphia and the Carolina Panthers. Now, though that let me put this mic here. Though the Eagles won that game, and that's all that is really important is that they won the game. Um, but with a lot of people are speculating, and all the media saying, well, with the weapons that Philadelphia has, it seemed like the weapons was limited on Sunday. And so there was some shots fired. Yeah, yeah, it was some shots fired. And hold on, I can't get my stuff together. Okay, there was some shots fired by the media, and what happened was they took something that AJ Brown said out of context, or they're just fishing around, making it seem more than what it is. All right. So the question was, I believe the question was, with all the weapons that Philadelphia has, what seems to be the problem that they struggle in getting yardage on both ends. When you look at Philadelphia, I want to give y'all, for those that don't know about Philadelphia or uh, the NFL and what's going on. When you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, they are stacked when it comes to offensive weapons. They have best, one of the best wide receivers in AJ Brown. To complement him, they have Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard as a tight end. And if you are living under a rock somewhere, just don't understand football or just don't know football, I want to explain to you how vital or how magnificent Saquon Barkley is after picking them up from the Giants. He's having an MVP season, um, over 1,600 yards and rushing from scrimmage. Um, this guy is special and very unique. So when you look at Philadelphia, you look at all these weapons, you look at um, the head coach and how they changed changed the coaches and how they actually got um, the let me see the offensive coordinators knew Colin Moore, Kellen Moore, whatever. I'm sorry, that's up his name. And you have um, Big Fangio as the defensive coordinator. And I'm gonna just be honest. The defense has held teams under 25 points since the bye week. They have been holding most teams under 300 yards in total offense. Um, they went against a Carolina team, which is not some team that you can say, hey, they're garbage. They actually is turning things around. They went toe to toe with Kansas City Chiefs, um, which I think everybody's going toe to toe with the Kansas City Chiefs at this particular time. But when you look at the Philadelphia offense and you're saying, wow, they are one of the elite teams just because of their roster alone, you go and say, well, they shouldn't have problems with Carolina. They shouldn't have problems with these teams. Um, yes, Charles, they are number one defense, overall defense. But the defense has definitely did their job. It kind of was exposed on Sunday because Adam Thielen made Cooper DeJean look like he was a rookie, and he did. I mean, I can't take that away from it. Adam Thielen had 106 yards of offense, and I think he only had nine. He had 9 receptions for 106 yards, so he was definitely killing it. Um, they couldn't tackle a mobile quarterback like in Young because Young seemed like he was slipping away every single time, which the defense was getting pressure. Which, like I said, I don't have any problem with the defense. Let's go back to AJ Brown and what he said. They asked him the question, "What do you think is the problem with the offense?" And he goes to say, "Passing, mm, passing." And so a lot of media just took it as this. And I think Ryan Clark also said this. He said when AJ Brown said passing, he just instantly thought not even thought. He just instantly the remark went straight to Jalen Hurt. I looked at I think I think it was the facility, and one of the guys from the facility was showing missed plays by Jalen Hurts. Like um, he missed AJ Brown on so many different routes. It was three different routes that he missed him on, and it could have been one could have been for a touchdown if he would have just let it loose. The other one was strong post route. He and then there was a touchdown where or a scheme route where one of the wide receivers blocked or made some kind of diversion so he can scoot through, and all he had to do was shoot him the ball. Um, AJ Brown at the end of the day had 40, I think it was maybe 43 or 47 yards. Uh, Let me see the player stat so I can be precise with this because it does matter. It does matter when you have stars on your team that can produce. AJ Brown had 4 receptions for 43 yards. He was averaging 10.8 yards, no touchdowns. His counterpart, Devontae Smith, had 4 receptions, 37 yards. He was averaging 9.2 yards, and he had 1 touchdown. Katera had 3 receptions, 16 yards, 5.3 yards, 1 touchdown. So Jalen Hurts threw for, let's see, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was 14 of 21. No interceptions. That's a great thing. He's protecting the ball. Saquon Barkley, 20 carries for 124 yards. That's Saquon all day, every day. Jalen Hurts again, uh, 8 carries for 59 yards, uh, one TD. Okay. Um, the problem that we're seeing and everybody's talking about is just basically saying what is going on in Philadelphia that offense should be able to throw the ball and pass the ball, get it down the field effectively. They feel as though with the weapons that Philadelphia has, there shouldn't be any problems moving the ball, but yet they struggle. Um, they struggle in the first quarter and they don't score. They start slow, and then as the game progresses, they get better. Charles said, "Can can it be AJ Brown what the attention the wants the attention to?" Charles, I don't think so. Because here's the thing: you got to look at his numbers. His numbers last year and Devontae Smith numbers, even though they tanked at the end of the season, um, they both made over 1,000 yards. You know, and I know by having Saquon in there is a lot of running the ball, but when they are on man to man, when they're open, Jalen needs to give him the ball. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when I looked at those routes, he was wide open. Like there wasn't nobody around AJ Brown on one of those routes for maybe 5 to 7 yards, and that's a wide open throw, and he didn't. He wound up checking it down, and so I don't know why he's not sure of himself at this particular time, but I'm seeing that if that man is open, get him the ball. That goes for anyone that's on the Philadelphia Eagles team. Um, and so when I looked at the when I looked at the press conference with Jalen Hurts, and they asked him a question about the offense, and he basically said that it's not on him, and so that kind of had me scratching my head, like is not is Colin Moore telling him where to go with the ball? But my thing is what quarterbacks do is they find the open man. And so if he's wide open, you throw him the ball. I don't, regardless of what the circumstances, you just throw him the ball. Um, I understand in the beginning, Jalen Hurts had problems with turning the ball over, and then we seen the same kind of um, situation with Dak Prescott when Kellen Moore was his offensive coordinator. He threw more interceptions uh, under Kellen Moore than he ever did in his whole career. So it's neither here or there, but I'm saying for the most part, I see the strife there. If I'm wide open, I want the ball. If Devontae Smith is wide open, I want the ball. This guy, um, AJ Brown, is a beast, man. I mean, you can't get a better wide receiver right now that's in the league. Look, Jamar Chase, of course. You got Justin Jefferson, which is another beast. Uh, you look at those kind of guys, and they don't usually have another number one wide receiver on the roster. But Philadelphia has really two number one wide receivers in Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Is just trying to get them the ball. I understand that, but certain moments when they are playing man to man, or if they're playing a cover two or cover three, sometimes you can slip through and get that post route going to the edge or to the sideline, and boom, it's there. Uh, and so you kind of want to practice, and this is why I was talking to Kai about this, and Kai was talking about could the Philadelphia Eagles win a shootout when it comes to passing? And I said, yeah, they could win a shootout. I think they could run with the best of them. I saw how, um, uh, what was my boy in Buffalo, Josh Allen, and then I seen with the Rams and how the Rams and them was going back and forth. That was a beautiful game. Just no defense, no defense whatsoever. They were just going up and down the field on each other. Could Jalen Hurts do that with with the team that he has? Of course, they have the weapons to do that. I mean, they really do. But can Jalen Hurts see the field enough in order to put it in their hand? And that's the biggest question. Um, he has not. I haven't seen a 300-yard game out of him this year. I haven't seen. Maybe he had a 270 or 280-yard passing game, but it's not really warranted because due to the fact that they do have a running game, and that's their identity. But when it comes down to have 7 to 8 people in the box and everybody's playing man to man, one on one, I want to know that my quarterback can deliver the ball to these wide receivers in those instances. There's a lot of chess matching going on in at the line of scrimmage. When I say chess match, because here's the thing: they'll show Jalen one thing, and then they might drop out of it and do something different. You just have to believe in the calls that is given to you, and make sure that you protect the ball. And he has been doing that for the last 9 weeks or so. So I mean, is this something that he needs to work on? I think so. He's always a work in progress. But also put into context, and I want all the Philadelphia Eagles fans to listen to this. We are 11-2, and we have a playoff spot. Okay, I know we won a Super Bowl, and I know we want to get there. And at 2-2, we were wondering why, and I think we were finally getting our legs back after the bye week and understanding how we need to play, and then we started getting healthy. Then we got some injuries throughout, but I want y'all Eagles fans to look at it in this kind of sense. All right, yes, we do have the weapons to go toe to toe with anybody. That defense is playing elite at this time. So there's a lot of great things going on with Philadelphia. All right. They won they haven't really played anybody special but the Ravens. And if you look at Philadelphia's record, their road record when it comes to being on the road, going somewhere else, they win by double digits. Is when they get home. This is where the problem. When they get home, I don't know if they feel relaxed or what is the. There's no sense of urgency. But when they are away, Philadelphia wins by double digits, and so when they're at home, we're scratching and pulling our heads. We almost having a heart attack. I don't know why. I don't understand that. That's something that we have to, chalk it up with coaching. But Philadelphia Eagles fans, be proud of your team of what they do, of what they have accomplished. I had to sit back and think about this thing. They're about to go against the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now they have Russell Wilson on their side, on the Pittsburgh side. Russell Wilson against the Philadelphia Eagles is undefeated. He's 5-0. 5-0. He has not lost a game to the Philadelphia Eagles. That's even at Seattle. I don't think we played him since he was at Denver, but Russell Wilson is 5-0 against the Philadelphia Eagles. For some reason, this man just knows how to win against the Eagles. So I just want to put that out there. I also want to put out there that um, Lamar Lamar Jackson only lost one time to an NFC team, and seems like he owned the NFC. But Philadelphia wound up beating them at their home. Okay, this game here with the Steelers is a pivotal game, and why I say that is this: because you want to stay on the heels of the Lions just in case they make a mistake. You don't want to be like, oh, I hope the Lions lose 3 or 4 games or lose the last 4 games of their of the season. You're still waiting for the Lions to lose a game. Okay, uh, you're also you're also Philadelphia understanding that this playoff picture is coming to fruition. So most of these teams, you are number 2 seed. You don't want to lose the number 2 seed. You definitely want the number 1 seed. Um, and this is the only reason why I say Eagles probably want the number 1 seed. The number 1 seed will get the if the Lions keep winning the way that they winning, and Philadelphia keeps winning the way that they're winning. Guess what? Somebody got to come out their home. And so if that's the case, if the Philadelphia Eagles wind up winning the number 1 seed, you want the Lions to come from under the dome to play out in the cold. That's my thoughts. You want the Philadelphia Eagles to get the Lions to play out in the cold. Um, and if you don't get them to play out in the cold, that means you will have to travel to the Lions Stadium and the Lions Den and play them. Now, like I said, I go back to what I just said. Philadelphia um, is good on the road. They win by double digit leads. You know, double digit wins. That's great. Okay, this is a catch 22. But for Philadelphia, for the fans, we don't need them to start tanking the season like we did last year. We don't want to hear about the drama and all that other stuff. Save the drama for some other time. I need my boys to stay focused. The main thing is the main thing, and we're winning. Okay, and so with that being said, AJ Brown, um, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, please have a meeting. Colin Moore, open up the offense. Let Jalen Hurts throw that ball down the field. You have a complimentary defense that knows how to get the ball back, that knows how to tackle. Now they didn't do well this last Sunday with the tackling, but hopefully, prayerfully, that was just a bad game of tackling. When you have poor tackling like that, um, and still win the game, kudos to you. All right, applaud the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the game that we all know they should have won. All right, I want to talk about the game last night with the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, goodness gracious, Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons had a nice game, real nice game. The defense for the Cowboys played pretty good for the most part. You know, they were going against a Joe Burrow team that needed to win. They both teams really needed to win, and I believe Michael Parsons said it on one of his podcasts that they feel as though that they can win out and make the playoffs. Okay, um, I said he's delusional, and as a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, is Dallas winning, not with Cooper Rush. Now, the weird thing to me is this: um, you have Trey Lance, but you won't give Trey Lance a try. You feel as though that Cooper Rush is better. I don't know if they don't like Trey Lance. I don't know if Trey Lance is doesn't know the plays as well. But they're sticking with Cooper Rush, and Cooper Rush didn't look that well to me. I mean, he didn't look good on the field to me. Just he just didn't. And so my thoughts is this. My perspective of that game was this: there was key mistakes made in order for um, the Bengals to win this game. And so the key mistake at the end was it was a nice block punt, but it was still going forward. And so when um, Dallas touched the ball and didn't secure the ball, and the Bengals did, that kind of shifted the tide of the game. And because Michael Parsons they worked so hard to get him with the three and out, or to stop them. I'm not going to say three and out. I don't think it was a three and out, but I think it was them stopping them. Uh, I could see the frustration. I could see him being frustrated because they worked so hard on the defensive side to make a mistake like that cost them the game. Then he just walked off the field like I think Micah knows that the playoffs is out of reach for the Cowboys. And I feel for you, Mike. I really do. But in the same token, Mike, understand the situation in which your team is in. Mike, I hope that they don't sign you. I'm gonna be honest. Come on over to Philadelphia. I think you'll like it over there with us better than the actual Cowboys. Um, and hopefully, briefly, if they don't, I don't think Jerry Jones would let you come to Philadelphia. I don't think he would trade you to Philadelphia. I don't know if you're still on your rookie contract, and that contract is coming up. And I don't know. I know I would resign you if I was Dallas, but if Dallas doesn't have the money and they want to go elsewhere, hey, um, come on to Philly, bro. We got room. You see how we rotate. You see how that front line look. I think you would just fit right on in. All right, you, Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith, Carter, Jordan. Look, we ready to go, baby. Come on, bring yourself on over. We'll happily take it. All right. And so when I looked at that game, I was like, oh wow, um, Dallas lost again. I don't think Stephen A. Smith is even doing the little laughter. It's just not no fun anymore how they're losing. It's because they're hurt. And it was good to see Diggs back and Bland back and some of those guys back. But they're still hurting. They're still hurting on offense. And so if you can't move the ball and run a game, didn't look good as well. I mean, it had its moments, but for the most part, the running game didn't show me anything where I said, "Ooh, that is nice." No, it didn't. It didn't blow me away. As I'm looking at the stats for this, let's see, team stats. All right, the Bengals had 433 total yards. The Cowboys had 300. I'm sorry, 433 total yards for the Bengals, 322 for the Cowboys. Rushing stats, the Bengals only had 74 yards rushing. I'm sorry, the Cowboys had 156 yards rushing. So it was effective for the most part, where it was a combination that had 156 yards. Not bad. All right. All I'm saying is Dallas, better luck next year. This is not your year. Um, hopefully, prayerfully, you get it together. Plain and simple. All right. We did picks on Saturday about 6 p.m. when we had F.O.S.T. on at 6, along with my counterparts. I didn't get Erica's picks all written down, I don't think, but um, I'll add her into what so far I have. Um, Winners of last week. We're talking about games. Winners of games last week. The Lions and the Packers. Great game. I actually picked the Packers to win. My perspective of that game was wow, wow, wow. The Lions just are gritty. They do what they need to do to win. I mean, fourth down, you should have just kicked the field goal, but they said, hell with the field goal. I'm going to go ahead and win it and salt this clock down. So kudos to the Lions for winning. Then we had the Browns and the Steelers. Steelers won that game. Um, we saw that coming. You just don't know what you're getting from Jameis Winston, but it was still a good game. Kudos to the Steelers for winning that game. We have the Saints and the Giants. The Giants at this particular point is just looking for a draft pick at this point in time. I just truly believe that the Giants is is done. Like, you get rid of Saquon Barkley, you get rid of Daniel Jones. You, it's a mess over there. It's just a mess. If you're talking about excuse me, gotta get this off my screen. And so when you look at the Giants, you're just saying, well, they're fighting for a draft pick. That's all they know. They're fighting for a number one draft pick, or maybe number two, to get a quarterback. Do the Giants have weapons? Yes, they do have weapons. But at this particular time, they're just tanking this season. Um, then we have the Jets and the Dolphins. Everybody picked the Dolphins because due to the fact that the Jets just can't get it together. I think Aaron Rodgers is what you call poison in the locker room. He is the bad seed that poisons the locker room. Got all these people going there, and then you still can't win a doggone game. Aaron Rodgers, let it go, bro. Just let it go. I don't think they're going to sign Aaron Rodgers uh, next season. They shouldn't sign him back on any extension, no deals. Just cut him loose. Let him go into sportscasting. Shocker to me was Jaguars and Titans. Jaguars lost their quarterback due to a concussion. Talk about the blatant hit that was on their quarterback. What's his name? Trevor Lawrence. And I just thought that maybe without Trevor, they probably wouldn't win this game. But as you can see, Dougie P does it again. Kudos to the Jaguars and the Dolphins. Okay, we have the Vikings and the Falcons. Kirk Cousins coming back to the Falcons. I mean, to the Vikings, and they got blown out. Blown out. 42-21. Kudos to the Vikings. Woo! Everybody's talking about Philadelphia. Everybody's talking about the Lions. They're forget about those Vikings. Why? How can you forget about those Vikings? The Vikings is has the same record as the Philadelphia Eagles, and they are one of those teams you got to scratch your head and say, are they for real? We will find out on Saturday on F.O.S.T. at 6 p.m. When you call in, you can call in to us and ask, are the Vikings for real? Or you can listen to us talk about, are the Vikings for real? Kudos to the Vikings. Great job. Addison's coming along. This team may be a team to be reckoned with that defense. Of course, we talked about the Philadelphia Eagles and the Panthers. The Eagles won 22-16, holding the Panthers under 20 points. Kudos to Philadelphia, going on to be 11-2 also. We have the Raiders and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers has won 28-13. The Bucks, if they win out, I don't think you want to see this team in the playoffs. I know Philadelphia probably don't due to the fact that um, they struggled with them in the regular season, and we lost to them in the playoffs. I don't know if you want to see a Buccaneers team uh, like this in the playoffs. But kudos to the Bucks. We have Seattle and the Cardinals. I picked the Seattle Seahawks, and most people picked the Cardinals. And the Cardinals actually lost this game. You just up and down. You just don't know if they can be consistent enough to win games. That's where I'm at with the Cardinals. Kudos to the Seattle Seahawks for winning against the the Cardinals. The Bears and the 49ers. 49ers won this game impressively, 38-13. The Bears have a lot of things going on. Fired a lot of folks, got rid of a lot of folks. Offensive kick coordinator, uh, head coach, all of them are gone. So the Bears is looking to rebuild and get themselves together so much to the point I hope that they'll be a formidable team in the future. But kudos to the 49ers playing through adversity and winning the game 38-13. We have the Bills and the Rams. This was the game I was talking about earlier. It was back and forth. I didn't see too much defense. Like back and forth, back and forth. I would expect that the Bills would have defense because their defensive coordinator would have been prepared for this game, but it was just they couldn't stop Puka Nakua, they couldn't stop Cup, they couldn't stop the run, they couldn't stop nothing, just back and forth. Two prolific offensive juggernauts going at it. The Rams has won the game 44-42. Kudos to the Rams. Chargers and Chiefs. Uh, Chiefs just keep squeaking it out, just squeaking it out. And they're still winning. still on top. And with the Chargers, it's a hurtful loss, but 19-17, both teams scored under 20 points. Kudos to the Chiefs for actually winning. Last but not least was the Bengals and the Cowboys. We talked about this game. Hurtful. Michael Parsons, please come to Philadelphia. We'll take you at the end of the season as soon as y'all lose your last game and Philadelphia wins the Super Bowl, hopefully briefly. Um, you can come on to a winning team, brother. We would love to have you. Bengals won this 27-20. Congratulations to the Bengals. Now on Thursday night game. The Thursday night game is the Rams and the Niners. The Rams and the Niners. This is going to be an interesting game. Can't wait to see it. One of the games that's on my list. I think the Rams should actually win that. Actually, how they looked against the Bills, that's what makes me think that the Rams is going to win this game. Um, but that's just my perspective of things because due to the fact of how they went against the Bills and really bullied the defense of the Bills, and they just didn't know what was hitting them. So this is going to be a good game if you have some popcorn or cheeses or cheeseburger or cheese stick, anything with cheese in it. Go ahead and eat that up and get it ready for this game because guess what? This is going to be an all nighter. All right. The other games that's happening for the next week, we will talk about on F.O.S.T. on Saturday at 6 p.m. with my counterparts, Wayne Wilson, uh, Kai, Kai Bryant, Charles Becker, and Erica Wright. So we can see who's going to be at in the end winning this ring. Like I said, last 2 years has been Charles Becker, our champion, winning the ring for all the picks. Also, um, the Philadelphia Eagles lost one of their players and coaches. He passed away on, I believe, yesterday. Um, I just want to give the condolences to his family. I think he passed at the age of 89 or 87. Uh, just want to uh, let everyone know from FOST, family, the players, you're in our prayers. All right. If you would like to be on FOST and have a comment or even want to talk about certain things that is on your mind about the NFL, NBA, or any other kind of sport, please hit us up at FOST, Fans Only Sports Talk, at gmail.com. That's fans dot only dot sports dot talk at gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can also hit us up on Facebook and put it in Messenger at FOST, Fans Only Sports Talk, and just inbox me and we can answer your questions. And you can follow FOST on Facebook, not Instagram yet, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Actually, tonight is being broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. I think we have covered it all for the main things that was happening in the NFL. Um, like I said, please get with us on Saturday at 6 p.m. on FOST. Hope y'all had a wonderful time. Peace.